friends. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if this is your first time, welcome. My name is Taryn. I'm a certified Pilates instructor. Today's class is all about stretching out the hips and the lower back. This is going to be perfect for anyone that sits a lot for work or is newly working from home or just feels like they need to get things moving. This will be pretty gentle, more focused on the stretch and the mobility, but you won't need any props, just some space. And other than that, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. I'm going to be cross-legged today, but you are more than welcome to sit in a chair or sit on a little pad or a little block if this is tight on the hips. And we're just going to focus on breathing to settle in. So take a nice full inhale in through the nose, and then an easy exhale, sighing out. Good, let's do that one more time. Big full inhale, and exhale. Good, we're going to take this up a notch. I want you to bring your hands to your rib cage. Heel of the hand is on the side of the waist. Fingertips just come forward to the center. And this time when you inhale, I want you to feel the expansion in the ribs. So deep breath in. Feel yourself get taller. Feel the ribs spread. Exhale, they're just going to settle back together. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big full inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One more time, just like that. Big inhale. Feeling that spread, and exhale. Very nice. Relaxing those hands back down to the legs. I just wanted to put that in there so we have that idea to come back to. As we're moving and stretching, I want you to imagine that sensation of the rib spreading happening as you go. So sitting tall, back into our deep breaths. Big inhale. Gently tuck your chin on the exhale, just dropping down. And then on your inhale, tip that head back up. And same thing again, chin comes down. And draw it up. And we'll do that one more time. Chin is coming down. And bring it back up. Good, coming back to kind of a long neutral spine. We're going to turn our head to the right and center. Good, and left. And center. Feeling that lift up out of the hips as we go right and center. Good, and left, and trying to turn far enough to get that really awesome stretch along the side of the neck. One more time, right and center and left and center. Good. From here, floating your right arm up, grabbing on the side of the head. Start to gently tip over. We're not cranking by any means. You're just using the weight of the hand for some pressure and then gently dropping the opposite shoulder to increase that stretch. Good, and release. You can give it a little shake. We'll try the other side, reaching up and over, grabbing on. Start that same little tip over. Again, nice and easy. Let that opposite shoulder drop heavily. And bring it back up. Good, inhaling, let's take those shoulders into a big circle, up and front, and back and down. Good, continuing around to the front and up to the ears, and back and down 2 more times. 1 more, and don't be afraid to make these feel really exaggerated. Kind of get your chest involved as well. So now they go back and up, and front and down. Good, for 3. And this is 2. Good, and 1 more. Awesome. From here, go ahead and lean back. We're going to sneak those legs around and come to an all-fours position. You'll have wrists under shoulders, knees underneath hips. Take a deep breath. On your exhale, go ahead and press the ground away, rounding your spine. And then inhale, start to arch, sticking that tailbone out, send the collarbone up and through. Good. Exhaling to round out, again, pushing the ground away. Inhaling to arch. I always think of this kind of like a turtle coming out of its shell, so shoulder blades slide down the back. 1 more time, round it out. Good, and big arch. Awesome. Coming to neutral, spine is going to stay nice and long. That's better. From here, spine is going to stay long. I want you to sit those hips off to the right side as far as you can, and then start to go back over those heels, then to the left, and then take it up and through. So we're making hip circles. As you go, you can kind of let the upper body sway in the opposite direction, and you'll feel this really amazing stretch through the side of the body. Let's do one more. Hips going to the right. Perfect. And then we'll just reverse. Take it the other way. We go left and back and right and forward and again, back and right and through. 2 more times, left and back, and just allowing yourself to kind of lean into it even deeper. 1 more. Beautiful. From here, let's go ahead, open up that right arm for a big twist, really pressing the ground away, stretching the chest. From here, we're going to thread the needle, taking that arm through. Gently set your shoulder down, then your head. And then that top hand, if it feels nice, can walk out and away. And you're just going to breathe into this reach. Take a big inhale, feeling those ribs spread. Sigh it out. Good. Start to bring that top hand back down if you extended. Pressing down, we're going to open up into that twist one more time. Reach it up and bring that hand down. Good. Switching sides. Left arm opens up. Big reach. And here we go. Threading it through. Finding that shoulder and then that head. And then start to walk top arm out and reach. Keep sending that tailbone up and away. Good. Deep breath in. Big exhale. Good. Top arm is going to come back in towards you, pressing down, unwinding, reaching up, and bring that hand back down to the mat. From here, go ahead and shimmy your knees a little bit wider. Bring your big toes to touch. Drop those hips back on your heels, walking the hands out. Really walking those fingertips out with energy, stretching the shoulders. Take a deep breath here. This is a perfect moment to picture that expansion in the rib cage again. So you're thinking of that inhale, increasing the space between your ribs, and then letting everything soften on that exhale, dropping those hips with a little more weight. Let's walk those hands out and away to the right side. Try to walk your left arm just a ½ inch further, stretching it a little bit deeper. Good. Coming back through center. And over to the other side, walking that right arm out with a little more energy. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Coming through to center. Take one more deep breath in. And we're going to start to walk those arms in, restacking the spine. Good. From here, closing those knees back in. Sitting yourself up tall. We're going to go ahead and step that left foot through, keeping your pelvis nice and square. I want you to feel as if you're pressing your tailbone down and slightly tucking those hips. Gently draw the abs in and then press yourself forward into a lunge. So you'll notice I'm keeping this really upright versus allowing my lower back to release and kind of plopping into it. So kind of keeping that restraint so that we get this amazing, deep, kind of like multi-layered stretch for the front of that thigh. Meanwhile, squeeze the back of that front leg, so left hamstring and left glute. Keep the chest lifted. If you're feeling nice and stable, you're going to lower that right arm down, reach it up, and then give me a nice little side stretch over. Good. Coming back through, and then just shift the weight back. We'll sneak that leg underneath us, and we'll transition to the other side, squaring those hips. Again, a slight tuck in the tail is going to increase that hip flexor stretch. And then pressing forward into that front leg. We're looking for the right hamstring and glute activation for balance. Drop the shoulders down. Good. And lowering that left arm, let's reach up and start to side stretch over. Keeping that tuck, you're going to feel that stretch get even higher through, kind of up into the waist even. And release. Shifting back with control, we're going to come off those knees and we will end up with our legs out in front of us. Sitting nice and tall, I've got my heels almost as wide as my mat. I'm a little bit turned so you can see my angle. Now, move whatever you got to move to feel really perky on top of those sits bones. I want you to reach those hands out in front of you, inhaling tall. From here, we're going to exhale, tucking the chin. This is going to be a beautiful hamstring stretch. Start to reach forward with energy. We're not going to collapse. This is going gonna stay lifted, so hands are reaching out and away. I want you to take an inhale, feel your spine lengthen, and then exhale, pull the belly button up and in as you restack one bone at a time. Try to make it really dramatic. Really, really think about digging into that stretch, and then make sure when you restack, pull your head all the way up and back. Good, big inhale. Exhale, out we go, tucking that chin like you're peeling your spine off an imaginary wall behind you, reaching forward. Inhale, we hold, get longer. Exhale, abs engaged to pull back and in. Restack tall. We're going to do this 2 more times. Try to keep those toes pulling back with energy and lengthening the knees down. Here we go. Peel it forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back it up. Sit it tall. One more time, just like that. Peeling forward. Inhale, hold. Exhale, back it up. And restack. Slicing those hands out to a T. Keeping some lift. I want you to lower your left hand down, take your right arm up and over, giving yourself a side stretch. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see this better. As you're leaning, try to really keep that right hip anchored. So don't let it come with you, otherwise you're losing that sense of reach. And then coming back up, we'll pass through a T. Just a little moment of lift, tipping to the other side. Take it up and over. Again, reach, reach, reach. And bring yourself back. Let's do that one more time. Over we go. Big reach. And restack. Last time, big reach. And coming back up. Good. Bring those hands down. Give your legs just a little shake. Kind of bring them back together. And now we will scoot forward just enough so we can lay ourselves all the way down with control. That's it. Coming down to your back. Hug those knees into your chest. One hand per shin. We're going to roll in just easy circles around to the right side. So it should feel kind of like you're tracing a circle on the back of those hips. And then reverse it, circling the other way. Good. Coming to the center, go ahead and set those feet down. Now, if you've been sitting all day, that means we've been kind of ingrained in this tight hip flexion angle, if that makes sense. We've been sitting with those hips kind of contracted, not a lot of extension, so that starts to make the hip flexors feel really, really tight. We're going to do a little bit of bridging to help open up the hip flexors and activate the back of the body that we've been sitting on. So, hands are going to come down, draw the shoulder blades together. Take a nice big deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to start to flatten your low back. And then start to scoop the base of the hips up off the mat, pressing down through those heels, peeling up for me. Pausing at the top. Make sure you're not popping up through those ribs. So draw the ribs back down and together, engage the core, and keep the focus of the lift in the back of the thighs. Now as we go back down, try to enjoy that articulation and make it into a stretch. Kind of like you're suspending your spine one bone at a time until that tail fully releases and drops back to neutral. We're just going to do that 3 more times. No bells and whistles, just feeling the movement. Big inhale. Exhale, find your scoop. A little bit of squeeze in through the inner thighs, walking yourself up. Pause at the top, take a deep breath. Exhale, melt it back down. Good. 2 more, just like that. Big inhale. Exhale, up we go. You'll probably start to feel a little bit of strength kicking in from the back of the legs. We want that. Squeezing your buns at the top, just a little more lift. Melt it down. Good. 1 more time. Here we go. Peel it up. Open up through the front of those hips. Find that reach out away through the knees and bring it back down. Good. Go ahead and hug those knees into your chest. Give them a little rock. We're going to keep the right knee in, extend that left leg out long. Start to make little circles with your right knee. Just kind of drawing it around to, again, get some more circulation in that hip socket. Holding on with your left hand to that shin, take your right hand out to a T. We're going to pull that knee up and across. Big twist. Naturally, I always want to flip my right palm open, so if that feels good to you, go for it. can let your head fall to the right as well. Take a full deep breath in. And then just try to soften into that twist on your exhale. Good, one more time, deep breath. Exhale it back through to center. Give that knee a squeeze. Bending your left foot in. Let's hook that right ankle and then press that knee open. This is step one. If you feel a stretch here, just stay here. The most important thing is that you don't tense up other parts of your body just to force a stretch somewhere else. But if this is not enough, you're more than welcome to fly that left leg up, bring the hands through, and then use your right elbow to press that knee open. All that I ask is that you try not to tuck your tail. Try to keep your hips down. The more you press your tailbone into the mat, the deeper you'll feel that stretch. Take another deep breath here. And then gently untangle, and we will swap it out. Left knee stays in, right leg goes long. When that leg's extended, you always want to double check that it's not plopping out to the side. Draw it in line with that hip. Laying down, let's give ourselves a few circles. And then reverse it other way. Again, just getting that thigh bone to settle. Good, right hand on that shin, left hand comes out to a T. Let's pull it up and across. Really rotate, reaching that left arm away with energy, turning your head that way as well. Deep breath in. And sigh it out, softening into that twist. One more big inhale. Good, exhale to bring it back. Bending that right knee. Go ahead and hook that foot. Make sure it's crossed enough that you could roll your ankle so we're not hooking just at the side of the toes. Pressing that knee out. That's step one. Stay here if this feels great. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to bring it up. Interlace and give it a little press. Relax those shoulders, relax your head, heavy into the mat. Good, start to untangle those legs. Drawing your knees into your chest, I want you to curl your forehead up and get into a nice tight little ball, the tightest little squeeze that you can. And then we're gonna release everything, send those legs out and away. You're gonna take your hands all the way up overhead. From this position here, I want you to inhale. I always imagine my little puppy, how he stretches in the morning. You're gonna try to reach your body as long as possible in opposite directions, and then on the exhale, just soften. Let's do that 2 more times. Here we go, inhale. The longest reach, your wrists are pulling out, your ankles are getting pulled out and away. And release. Last one, last time. Get it all in, reach and stretch in all directions. And exhale it out. Awesome. Walking those feet in, walking those arms down. Let's go ahead and roll to the side to press ourselves up. And then we will meet back in that easy cross-legged position that we started out in. My hair is probably wild. Sitting nice and tall. Take a deep breath and reach your arms up with me. And exhale it out. We're gonna do that one more time. A big full inhale up. Good, from the top here, pulling those arms down to a goalpost, lift your chest. And raise the roof to go back up. One more time, just like that, pulling down to lift. And reach up. And then just float those arms out nice and wide. Fingertips find the ground. I want you to take one more big inhale, feeling as tall as possible. And exhale. Nice work. Oh, that's some of my favorite stuff to do. It feels so good to just get everything kind of moving and rolling around. I hope that felt like exactly what you needed to unwind, either at the end of a long day or even honestly, I feel like that would feel great at the beginning of the day. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video, share it with anyone that you think might benefit. I just want to continue to help as many people get a little extra movement in during their day as possible. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you are. I hope you're feeling great. Take care of yourself, and I will see you later.